take a foul or less, and that would have gotten the win light. Saquon Spain, left side, moving on. Dave Triplett and Tebow. Tyler Bohannon, next pair. Triplett, left side, dialed in at 459. Tebow, right side, dialed in at 463. That is correct. Dave Triplett, two-time $1 Million race winner. And Tyler Bohannon. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Triplett. Win light Triplett 003, one above 0, 13 total. He will take the win as Bohannon was 009. Breaks out, goes 462 with a 4 on to 463 dial in. Had a window of opportunity. Breaks out 6 thou, gets there 10 thou. Needed to take 4 thou or less, and that would have gotten him the win light. Dave Triplett moving on. Leighton Sumpter and Timmy Mueller. Sumpter, left side, dialed in at 454. Timmy Mueller, right side, dialed in at 483. So once again, all run color sticker dragsters, you have been called. All color run sticker dragsters, you have been called to the lanes at this time. Advantage off the starting line, going to go to Sumpter, left side. Going to go to Sumpter as well, 007, 455 with a 6, on the 454 dial in. Timmy Miller missing the tree right there. You don't see that too often out of him. 481 with a 9 on the 483 dial in. Breaks out by 11 thousandths, but the 051 reaction time did not help matters one bit. Left side winner in that pair. Brandon Jones and Barry Brown next pair. Jones left side dialed in at 515. Barry Brown left side dialed in at 445. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Brown, win light Jones. 023, dead 1, 24 total. Gonna get the win as Barry Brown was 015 on the tree. Breaks out 9 thou, gets there 18 thou. Needed to take 9 or less, and that would have gotten him the win light. Brandon Jones, left side, moving on. Steve Dweck and McKenna Brown next pair. Dweck, left side, dialed in at 482. McKenna Brown, right side, dialed in at 459. Advantage off the starting line by 14 thousandths of a second. Going to go to Brown. Going to take the win as well. 021, 460 with a 0. 31 total. Locks out Steve Dweck, who was 035 on the reaction time. Goes dead on with an 8. And still 12 thou behind at the finish line. McKenna Brown moving on. Patrick Miller and Tom Dauber our next pair. Miller left side dialed in at 473. Tom Dauber right side dialed in at 461. Tom Dauber, the Rupert Alki Carbs, Beyond Racing Products, and Rare Morrison Racing Engines. Dragster over here on the McFarlane Racing side of the track. 1/1000th of a second separates them up front. They are double 0-1 total combined, leaving the starting line. How about Patrick Mueller? 5 total, double 000, dead on with a 5. As Tom Dauber was 001, 1 above 4, good enough for 10 thou behind. Patrick Mueller, 5 total, and moving on. Will Holloman and Kayla Costello, our next pair. Holloman, left side dialed in at 449. Kayla Costello, right side dialed in at 467. Will Holloman going to be the winner as Costello turns at 013 on the red side. Holloman 021, shutting it down early, goes 474 with a 5 on that 449 dial in, saving the parts and pieces for round number 4. Costello after the red light goes 465 with a 2 on the 467 dial in. Next pair, Michael Carpenter and Curtis Allen. Carpenter left side dialed in at 488. Curtis Allen right side dialed in at 5 flat. Once again, all run, color, sticker dragsters you have been called for this round. All run, color, sticker dragsters you have been called for this round. Michael Carpenter going to be the winner as Curtis Allen turns at 004 red. Carpenter 025, 487 with a 7 on the 488 dial in. Curtis Allen, once again continuing the trend, red or dead, 004 red, and dead on with an 8. Michael Carpenter moving on. Tim Butler and Travis Laster, next pair. Butler left side dialed in at 488. Travis Laster, right side dialed in at 431. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Butler. Red light going to go to Laster. 014 on the tree. 430 with a 4 on the 431 dial in, breaking out 6 thousandths of a second. As Butler had the better 010 reaction time, breaks out by 12 thousandths of a second. So Travis Laster, lesser of the pair, and moving on. Jay Adams and George Ebell, our next pair. Adams left side dialed in at 486. Ebell, right side dialed in at 450. Advantage off the starting line, going to go to Ebell, right side. Win light, however, going to go to Adams on the left side. 037, dead 1, 38 total. He will take the win as Ebell had the better 0.15 reaction time, goes 4:48 with a 0 on the 450 dial in. Getting there by 43 thousandths of a second, breaks out by 200ths of a second, needed to take 23 or less, and that would have gotten him the win light. Sir J. Adams moving on. Corey Leclaire and T-Rock. Troy Williams Jr. right side. Williams dialed in at 460. Corey Leclaire right side. McNatt left side dialed in at 488. Advantage on the starting line, going to go to T-Rock right side. Win light, T-Rock 018, 461 with a 2 on the 460 dial in. He would take the win as Leclerc was 059 on the tree, 1 above 1, and 40 behind at the finish line. So T-Rock moving on.
Oh boy, this record going south.
I see we have some celebrities in our first pair of bleachers over here. I see Mr. Bobby Jester. I see Beef over there. Matt Ferraro and John Siegel going to be our next pair. Ferraro left side dialed in at 488, and John Siegel right side dialed in at 439. John Siegel going to be the winner as Ferraro turns a 005 red. Siegel 7 dead 5, 12 total. Going to take the win. Ferraro after the red light 487 with a 4 on the 488 dial in. Siegel moving on. Final call. Dragsters for round number 3. Final call, Dragsters for round number 3. Dragster formerly driven by Sean Serra is in the left-hand side. I know it's not Sean driving it because Sean's standing right beside it. So no driver information on the left-hand side. But the dial-in is 475, as is Aaron McCullough over on the right-hand side. Also dialed in at 475. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage left side. Win light left side. 2 dead 4 6 total. Locks out Aaron McCullough, who was 007 on the reaction time. Breaks out 4 thousandths. Gets there 3 thousandths. Has absolutely 0 to work with. Left side. Winner in that pair. Kendall DeApril and Trip McCarty next pair. DeApril left side dialed in at 488. McCarty right side dialed in at 477. No box, round number 4. Need you to lanes 5 and 6, please. Tim Butler, you are the wait and see by run. So once again, no box, round number 4. Need you to lanes 5 and 6 at this time. Tim Butler, you are the wait and see by run. McCarty going to be the winner as DeApril turns at 009 red. So McCarty, 028, shutting it down early. Goes 488 with a 4 on the 477 dial in. DeApril after the red light, 486 with an 8 on the 488 dial in. So Tripman moving on. Troy Williams and Derek Hubbard are going to be our next pair. Troy Williams from Virginia, left side, dialed in at 463. Derek Hubbard on the right-hand side, dialed in at 442. Derek Hubbard almost doing his Stanley Albritton Jr. impression by backing up at a brisk pace. Don't know what happened. Don't know if the thing stalled or what happened, but got her backed up. Registration is closed for this evening. We will open up tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Final call for the fuel station. It will close at 9 p.m. this evening. Final call for the fuel station. It will close at 9 p.m. this evening. Advantage on the starting line. Going to go to Hubbard, right side. Going to turn that to a win as well. 024, 443 with a 3 on the 442 dial in. As Williams was 033 on the tree, breaks out by 17 thou. Had a shot, gets there by 21 thou. Needed to take a lot less than that in order to have gotten him the win light. So Derek Hubbard moving on. Amy Farrell and Mark Kelly, next pair. Farrell, left side, dialed in at 463. Mark Kelly, right side, dialed in at 469. Hank Mulligan says I'm loud. I'm not loud. I just project, that's all.
I don't think you need mic.
Hank Mulligan says I don't need the mic as well. 200ths of a second separates them up front, and one of them was 20 on the tree. Wow. Amy Farrell was 000 and breaks out. Win light going to go to Mark Kelly, who was 020 on the tree. Dead on with a 3, 23 total. Farrell, like I said, perfect 000, breaks out 9 thou, gets there a lot more than that. The right side winner in that pair. Billy Dunn and Nick Ferraro, our next pair. Billy Dunn, left side, dialed in at 470. Nick Ferraro, right side, also dialed in at 470. Advantage on the starting line, going to go to Nick Ferraro, right side. Going to take the win as well. 007, 2 above 5. Going to take the win as Billy Dunn was 044 on the tree, dead 0, and 12 thou behind at the finish line. Nick Ferraro moving on to round number 4. Once again, no box, round number 4. Need you to lanes 5 and 6, please. I believe we are down to semis in that class. We are down to 3 of you. So those 3, we need you to lanes 5 and 6 at this time. Tim Butler, you are on the bye at 3. Randy Krause and Larry Hamby, our next pair. Krause, left side, dialed in at 479. And Larry Hamby, right side, dialed in at 489. Advantage on the starting line. Going to go to Hamby, right side. Going to take the win as well. 019, 1 above 9. Going to take the win as Randy Krause was 026 on the tree, 478 with a 9. Breaks out by a thou. Gets there at 13 thou. Needed to take 12 or less. And that would have gotten him the win light. So Larry Hamby moving on. Kevin Abbott and Brianna Costello, next pair. Abbott, left side, dialed in at 463. And Brianna Costello, right side, dialed in at 472. Door car, red, run stickers. We will take you in lanes 5 and 6 at this time. Door car, red, run stickers. We will take you to lanes 5 and 6 at this time. Brianna Costello, winner in that last pair. 026 on the tree. 471 with a 7 on the 472 is Kevin Abbott. Turns at 081 on the red side. Goes down on with a 2. No good.
Only missing Tim Butler for 3 no box.
Tim Butler, we need you to the lanes, please. Tim Butler, we need you to the lanes, please. Tim Cronin and Jason Batour, next pair. Cronin, left side dialed in at 499. Batour, right side dialed in at 453. Advantage on the starting line by 25 thousandths of a second. Going to go to Batour. Going to turn that to a win as well. 006. 454 with a 6 on the 453 dialed in. As Tim Cronin was 031 on the tree. Breaks out by a lot more than he took. No good. Jason Batour going to be the winner in that pair. I believe that's Marie Mueller driving Steve's Dragster. I got a correction from Hank Mulligan. It is Marie driving Steve's Dragster.
I wouldn't say it's a correction. It's just a offer or suggestion. But I got lucky. I cheated. I saw her back there by the car in her driver's suit.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Hanging up on you.
my future wife, Marie Mueller. Uh-oh.
Marie's in trouble here. Justin Fordyce, 010 on the tree. Double breakout, 470 with a 5. On the 471 dial in. Mueller, 055 on the tree. Goes 453 with a 0. On the 454 dial in. Justin Fordyce moving on.
Now, there's a lot of purple there, Joe. You could almost have that hammer tone with it on the roll cage, too. That's a nice looking car. Scott Gibson Jr., left side, Sanford, Florida, 452 the dial.
Got Claude Dubonis over here on the right-hand side, Hank. He is dialed in at 454.
Claude is in the construction business. Chin, 15 green, 7th out under for Scott Gibson to get the win. Claude Dubonis in the right, 001 red, 18th out under. Well, that is the Silver Fox. Yeah. Michael Rourke, 454 in the left. CJ Keane, 446 in the right. Round 4, door car, red and white run stickers to the lanes for the FTI Performance. 50K, please. When you go, do you have a sweatshirt?
I do not. I have a jacket though, I can bring it.
Perfect.
Would you like a shawl? A blanket, please bring it.
That would work. I like the blanket. Something smelled like smoke from the girl. Why?
I should have told you right above the couch. There's like 2 blankets.
Non-smokers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the first thing it does is smoke. It doesn't take a whole lot, you know. I've got a couple blankets. I got a blanket, a comforter, and a napkin.
Well, it's going to take me a good hour to get my core temperature up after being in your motorhome.
Here so much. We've been at the refrigerator.
Icebox.
Real good. Winner right side, 31 and 2 over for CJ Keane in the right to win. Left lane, Michael Rourke, 46 and 100th under, no good. Took 2, could have took 10 or less and got a win out of it.
Right.
Burns and Trey Butter next pair. Burns in control. Gonna take the win at 028. Goes 444 with a 9 on the 435 dial in. Do not know what happened to Butter on this one. He was 205 on the reaction time. Don't know what happened if he didn't have the crossover set in the box properly. Goes 483 with a 9 on the 481 dial in. So left side moving on. Carson Brown and John Brandon gonna be our next pair. Brown left side dialed in at 464, and Johnny Brandon right side dialed in at 470. Advantage on the starting line by 12 thousandths of a second. Going to go to Carson Brown. Going to turn that into a win as well. 13, 1 above 2. Going to take the win as Brandon was 025 on the tree. Dead 7, 32 total. Good enough for 7. Thou behind. Carson Brown moving on.
I just got the video of Okie. He just landed in a private jet.
Wow.
His guys win him a little money this morning. He just blew through all of it. He don't care. Coming in hot, Okie.
So does that mean Oki's going to quit texting us for updates? He's here so he can find out?
He's 45 minutes out.
45 minutes out.
You doing anything after the Dragster flop?
So Terrell Sinclair and BT next pair. Sinclair 475 to dial in. BT 454 to dial in. 4 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Sinclair. It is a double breakout. Win light going to go to BT. 452 with an 8. On the 452 dial in. 12 thou under. Terrell Sinclair goes 471 with a 7. On that 475 dial in. A lot more under than BT was. Brandon Taylor moving on. David Berg Jones and Isaac Harris next pair. Jones left side dialed in at 456. Isaac Harris right side also dialed in at 456.
FTI Performance 50K round 4 door car red, white, and blue. That's all the colors. If you're a door car and you're in round 4, it's your time to come up and shine. Show your friends and family what you can do on Motor Mania TV yet tonight.
Church section is in the front row now.
Well, they're older. It's hard to hear the preacher.
33 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage to Jones. Win light Jones 007. 458 with a 1 on the 456 dial in. Isaac Harris, 039 on the tree, breaks out 6 thou, still leaves him 5 thou behind. David Bird Jones, moving on.
Downtown McKenna Brown in the left-hand lane out of Boca Raton, Florida. Her mom, Anissa, and her dad, Cleve, did get to come today and brought us some Christmas candy, homemade Christmas candy. Thank you so much, Anissa. Tyler Bohannon, right side, 463. It's in the bag wherever it went. Yeah, help yourselves. They're like peanut clusters.
Six thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Tebow, win light Tebow. 6 dead, 7, 13 total. This McKenna Brown was 012 on the starting line, goes dead 5, 17 total, and 4 thou behind at the finish line. Tebow moving on to round number next. Steve Dweck and Mr. Unbeatable so far today, Stephen McCrory. Dweck left side dialed in at 484. K&N Bounty is still in play. Steve Dweck has a possibility. The K&R Bounty is in effect for this entry right here. If Steve Dweck can take out Stephen McCrory, he will win the K&R delay box. Oh, gift certificate, very nice. 11 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage McCrory and going to take the win as well. 2 dead 8, 10 total. Going to lock out Steve Dweck, who is 013 on the tree, 1 above 4, and 17 thou behind at the finish line. So Steve McCrory, 10 total, and moving on. Aaron McCullough and Travis Laster are going to be our next pair up. McCullough, left side dialed in at 474, and yet again, the dial in goes further and further down. Travis Laster, right side, 409, gonna be the dial in on the right hand side.
So you know these microphones are electronic, right? And you can just kind of talk into them very gingerly, and then it'll broadcast louder out there.
Is that how that works? Really?
Well, it has in the past.
Is it really?
Yeah, like if you start out really loud the microphone.
Yeah. Right. I'm not loud, I just project. I just project, Hank.
You sound like my mother. It's in my head.
1 thousandth of a second separates them up front. Advantage McCullough. One light McCullough, 029, 475 with a 4. On that 474 dial in. Laster was 030 on the tree, 999 to the 60 foot, 411 with a 2. No good. Left side winner in that pair. This will be our DragRaceSolutions.com buy run for this round of dragsters. Keith Russell, left side dialed in at 467. Oh, 10 reaction time down to the 8th mile. 464 with a 3 on the 467. It's going to do it for this round of dragsters and this round number 3 as well.
James! With customer service and technical support second to none, FTI Performance Converters and Transmission give you the winning edge. Just ask any of our customers, like 2014 IHRA Top Dragster World Champion Kevin Brannon, or the 2014 IHRA Super Rod World Champion Mike Ruff. We are real racers with real experience. Call us today at toll-free at 866-726-8358, or visit us on the web at www.ftiperformance.com.
has a new sleigh this year. Trusted by all since 1960. What you want, when you want it, at a price you want to pay. Jags!
Search no more for loose sockets. Hanson Global, the innovator of the #1 requested socket organizer since 1995, is here to help. Socket sizes clearly marked on posts for instant identification to save you time and money. These 100% made in the USA organizers are perfect for both professionals and DIY mechanics. Contact Hanson Global by calling toll-free at 1-877-793-5213 for your local distributor.
Three no-box door cars remain. Janine Pickett, left side. We only have one pair. She dials up 654. Kevin Pollard, 549, right lane. Tim Butler waiting in the burn box. Round 4 FTI Performance 50K about to begin.
You think the fuel tank is still in that pinto?
I know. I hope they moved it to the front. Reaction time advantage goes to Kevin Pollard. He gives it a rip and a half to go 1/1, 24 on the tree. He takes 3 thou, forcing Janine Pickett to break out. He wins it both ways. Kevin Pollard advancing. He'll face off against Kevin Pollard. Excuse me, Kevin Pollard will face off against Tim Butler.
Tim Butler stages it up, and on his 605 dial, he's going to test everything. 41 on the tree. He left a little meat on the bone there, runs dead 8. Like I said before, he and Kevin Pollard will square off in the no-box final in round 5. Right now, round 4 resumes with box door car coming around the corner into the burn box.
FTI 50K Friday. Box, delay box door cars coming out.
All color several times. We could make it a final call. Not
Not a final call yet. Door car, final call to lanes 5 and 6, please. Left lane, Todd Burks, 642 the dial. Right lane, AJ Ash, 572 the dial. Rad Torque Systems. I can see Mosier on there. Drag coverage. Todd's got a blank slate. So if you're wanting to get into drag racing and put a sticker on somebody's car, there's one for you. Oh. One dial red in the left lane for Burks. No good. AJ Ash 17 and lets out. Winner right lane, AJ Ash. And he's still doubled, I hear. Garrett Griffith, left side. 620 the dial in the left. What do you got there, Joseph?
Dwayne Roberts, right side, 597 the dial. Roberts out of Lakeland, Florida.
I saw Team Puerto Rico look like they had a pig all sewn up yesterday.
Yes.
13 for Garrett in the left lane, dead 8, 21 total. That locks out Dwayne Roberts, 24. Lamp leaving, winner left lane, Garrett Griffith.
Yes, Team Puerto Rico was up here. They wanted to make sure you got your share. They were looking specifically for Hank.
That's my boys. My boy, Blue.
Darwin Garcia and Carlos Arroyo Jr. and wife and friends delivered some of the pork that they were cooking up.
We got a ring. 6 and 11 up front. Oh, 6, dead 3 in the left for the win for Garrett Browning. Chad Duke was 11 and 1 over, no good in the right. Winner left lane, Garrett Browning. Skinny Kenny Underwood, left lane. Jegs.com. It says Delaware, Ohio. I'm betting he's going to win her in Florida.
Ryan Barnes on the right side, dials up 510. Extremely beautiful paint on that Camaro.
It ain't ugly. You just like the engine hanging out the top.
I like all of it.
That is pretty cool though.
Big
Hot
spoiler.
Rod, big wheelie bar. Double 04, 1 above 0 for Kenny in the left lane for the win. Ryan Barnes 17, 7th out under. He was locked out.
Yeah, you call red. That means all.
Oh, man. Red run sticker dragsters FTI 50K Friday to the lanes, please. Red run sticker dragsters, 4th round to the lanes, please. Josh Gannett, left side, 602 the dial. Oh, I caught Law. She's got an error. Josh's name is spelled GR. It's spelled GN.
It's spelled correctly on one of his entries.
Oh, maybe he spelled it wrong.
Sean Lingerfeld goes 11 red in the right lane, ending his evening.
19 dead, 7 for Gannett in the left lane. Go Joshy. You know which is abnormal is we've not seen him or Tina in the tower yet this week.
How about that?
I mean, Tina always feeds me. It's pretty crazy. Like, it's not like burgers and fries. She cooks up some stuff.
Wow.
I can't pronounce the names and stuff, but it's good. I bet there's a lot of cooking goes on out here at these races. And you got everybody from the different geographical areas, you know?
I know somebody was making shrimp tacos that I couldn't participate in.
Mm. That hurts.
Yeah, it did. But I did get a blackberry homemade margarita delivered up here.
What?
Thanks to Aaron and Jean Milton.
Yeah, they take good care of you.
They do. We get along very well.
Which parlayed into me, which was
There you
nice.
go.
So I'm riding on your coattails, Joe.
That's hard to believe.
Well, I do that a lot for food, you know?
Jason Kimbrough, right side, 608 dial. Cameron Fredrickson, 604 dial, left side. Starting line advantage goes to Cameron Fredrickson. He turns it into a win. 11-3 over 8, gets there 2 thou. 2 thou. That's close. That's inches.
I wouldn't know. I never have my eyes open down there like that.
No, me either.
It's kind of scary. You're going so fast. You don't want to crash your car.
I could drive the starting line better, I have decided, if I did the figures by just closing my eyes after I let go.
Yeah, just let her go and rip it. I watch the starter's hand because you humanly can't react that fast, double O's like that. You gotta watch them flip the switch to catch it. Yeah. Especially Super Comp. Ain't no way somebody can leave on a pro tree like that. Some people, they're cheating. Austin Logan, left side, 644 the dial. Jarrett Nauman, right side, 557 the dial.
Jarrett Nauman gets after it on the starting line. 1 over 0, 14 thou total, locks out Austin Logan. Not easy to do, Austin. Tremendous driver.
How weird, Westbury, left side. Harleyville, South Carolina. Wife Laura looking on. She don't have her bright orange tennis shoes on today, though. She's usually a neon type of person. 556 the dial in the left. Tucker Creech, 594 the dial in the right. I try to give you all the useless information I can in between dial ends and stuff.
Well, yeah, there's only so much stuff that's on this screen, so.
Well, what's on that screen is normally right. We know that, Law.
Well, I'm not doubting any of it from here on out.
Howard.
Tucker Creech means business. 3 dead, 6. Taken 68. He took all of it. And then there might be none left over for next round, but he took all of it this round. Tucker Creech moving on. 9 total. Wow.
Iron Gate in the right lane. That's a Pro Stock S10 truck there. David Peterson, 554 the dial in the right. Out of Indianapolis, Indiana, it says. Scotty Richardson in the left, 641 the dial in for SR1. I don't know that he's ever raced that truck before this weekend.
I've never seen. I don't.
A couple runs or something in a Mockley or something the other day in the rain. 10 in the left, 16 in the right. 10 and 1 over for Scotty Richardson in the left lane, gets the win. 16 in the right for David Peterson. He's 7 thou under, taking 15. No good in the right.
Mark Telmanch now left lane, 601 his dial. Tom Orr continuing to march through the field. He's even got brake lights on that Corvette Roadster. It's just fantastic. It's all red, and the brake lights are red too. 530 the dial for Orr. Red, white, and blue dragsters. Red, white, and blue dragsters. We need you to the staging lanes as soon as you can make it. Reaction time advantage goes to Mark Talmadge. He turns it into a win. He's 11, 1 over 7.
Takes out the Canadian in the right lane, Tom Orr.
Tom Orr having trouble getting down the track, I think. 7 over.
Oh, yeah. Best thing you do is let me drive that.
That is a beautiful car. That'd be a fun ride, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. What did it just run, 537s or something?
Yeah, 537. He's been dialed 530 and running that pretty much all
got me
day.
going 520s. What's he thinking? Why would you even let me drive your car if you had one that nice? Nobody else does.
I got a dragster you'd fit in once it's running.
But you didn't say you'd let me drive it.
Why wouldn't you?
You ain't stupid.
Wow. Drives itself.
Gage Birch, left lane, 568 the dial. Maryland Laster, 571 the dial in the right lane.
I mean, that's what all the door car guys say. It doesn't take anybody to think you can drive a dragster. Just let go, and that's all you do.
Gage is behind. Ouch. 004, dead 6 for Maryland, 10 total for Maryland in the right lane, and she takes out Gage Birch, who is 17 and dead 5. Winner, right side, Maryland Laster.
Right. Which is right. It's just one of them has an R comes up on the screen instead of GN. One is GN, one is GR. That's all. I didn't pick that out. That you put that on Hank. I'm done questioning you.
Randy Folk, 588, right lane. Ryan Harem, left lane, 545. They're gone. Randy's in trouble. Oh. 14 dead, 2, taking 25 in the left lane for the win for Ryan Harem. Randy Folk, 3 thou under, no good in the right lane. Winner, left lane, Ryan Harem. I'm just getting back up here in the booth. Tower, headquarters, race control, CIA, Homeland Security. So I'm not sure who still has doubles in yet. So I'm sure in the 4th round we have a couple. Carly Holbrook, left side, 695 the dial.
Dave Triplett, right side, 577 the dial. I think it's the first lap he's made in the right lane this week. Four-thou difference in reaction time favoring Carly. She turns it into a win, going dead 7, leaving only 3 thou for Triplett to work with. He takes 7 thou, breaks it out 4 thou. I can't add it all up, but he came in second. Carly moving on. Jay Adams left side, 659 the dial. Mark Mullen right side, 549 the dial. Separated by only 3 thou this time. Jay Adams with the advantage off the starting line, goes dead 6. Squeezes too tight a door for Mark Mullen to drive through as he breaks it out 3 thou. Needed to go dead 0 and wish. Travis Logan now left side, 618 the dial. Looking forward to the wheel stand he's going to lay down or put up. Matt Brewer, right side, 585 the dial. They must all be stacked up in one lane. A lot of cars that haven't been in the right lane this round. Okay. Matt Brewer announces that he's going to be a force to reckon with. Trip 0, 1/5. Gets behind 3 thou, but the only reason that is Travis Logan had to break out to do so. Dylan Mudd, right lane, dial 640. Stevie Dustin, left lane, 616, his dial. Go Dogs written on the back window of the FTI Nova. 3,000's in the bank for Dylan Mudd. He turns it into a win. 16 dead 8. Doesn't leave enough room for Stevie Dustin to get the job done. Dylan Mudd moving on. David Braskett, left side, 612 the dial. Robert Joyner, 575 in the right lane. Off they go. Reaction time advantage to the Mopar. Finish line advantage to the Opel. Braskett 28, 2/1. Gets there 3 thou. Robert Joyner regulates the finish line and gets himself behind.
John joins left side. So that is what, a 66 Chevelle? 67. I like that here. That's a clean, nice car. 587 in the left. Todd Burks, there he is. He's around with second entry. Right lane, 643. Joe, you ever give consideration to like how good he is? That's what racing, you know, year round. Where do we start with April or May up north? You know, you got to stop in September, October.
Well, I hate to say it, but I spent 14 months in a row last year thinking I'd make myself
Winner,
better.
right side, 40 dead 0 for Todd Burks. Sorry about that.
I may have peaked too early in that 14-month stint. But yeah, you put years and years and years behind that. It's not easy to come from up north down south and get the job done.
Yeah. My dad and I talked about that a lot. You know, back in the 90s, chasing Scotty and Edmund in points. I mean, that was just like
brutal.
Beat yourself up to death and
brutal.
Slit your wrist.
Garrett Griffith, 46 on the tree, left lane. David Bird Jones crushes the tree, 15, 2/7, gets there 25 thou, and advances to round, I'm going to say 5.
Vicky Folk once asked me, she's like, don't they ever have a bad day? Like, don't they ever fight with their wife or kid gets suspended at school or something, you know? I'm like, it doesn't look like it, Vicky. And if that happens, it doesn't seem to bother them. All they do is win. Winning in one category wasn't enough. Then they started doubling up, you know. I'm like, really? Nothing says greedy like that.
That is greedy.
Then they implemented the Scotty rule. You couldn't race Super Street in any other category because he won so many of them. He doubled up so many times in Super Street or Super Comp, Super Gas or whatever. They're like, yeah, if you're entered in Super Street, that's an entry-level class. You can't do that no more. They changed the rules for the guy. And we still built race cars and went racing.
Right.
How stupid am I?
Well, all it takes is one run to beat somebody, right?
Well, we had a lot of fun driving out to California and stuff, and with my dad and brothers, and flat tires and running out of gas and trailer on fire, you know. And I mean, police chases, but it wasn't us. But we weren't quite sure why are all these cops behind us. And here it was on TV. We're watching on the TV. It was a high-speed police chase for some guy. Gannett back around. Cameron Fredrickson back around. Gannett 17 and 1 over, getting there first by 9 thou. Gonna take the win and take one of Cameron Fredrickson's entry. Josh Gannett, left lane, the winner. Is this our last one?
Oh. AJ Ash taking the DragRaceSolutions.com buy run. $572 on the dial. Gulfport, Mississippi's finest. He said he's got his puppy with. I gotta make a stop down there and see him. I'm a big fan of the dog here at the track.
That's a small horse.
AJ Ash lifts out to go 602. Lights it up 5 red. No matter. He's moving on, I think, in both entries to round 5.
I do believe so, yeah.
Trusted by all since 1960.
With customer service and technical support second to none, FTI Performance Converters and Transmission give you the winning edge. Just ask any of our customers, like 2014 IHRA Top Dragster World Champion Kevin Brannon, or the 2014 IHRA Super Rod World Champion Mike Ruff. We are real racers with real experience. Call us today at toll-free at 866-726-8358, or visit us on the web at www.ftiperformance.com.
Bonded. I didn't bond so much with the adults and their parents, you know what I mean? Because they must have known my level of intelligence. But TJ, I bet he couldn't have been 6 years old or something, you know, and Megan was a year or whatever right behind him, and they would wander around the pits, and you know, and he always had questions. What about this, Hank? And what about throttle stop? And what about, I mean, like, he would pose them, you know, very intellectually, you know, kind of tripped me up, I think. But I'm like, I don't know, I don't do that, you know. But no, so it was cool. And then I think I got to meet Troy, and then eventually we raced, you know, a lot with Mike and Super Comp and stuff in Division 3, and then somehow I think I went through Johnny through Mitch Smith and Lenny Ellison, and got a little tighter with John. I went last year to Anderson, Indiana. We put the band back together, Mitch Smith and John and I, because his boy Cody was at a circle car race there in Anderson, a big race, asphalt track, and Mitch set up a camper for us outside in the grass, and you know, John had his, and we got to visit, and I didn't get to see John much, you know. He stays busy with the team and the crew and his kid, and the wife was there because they did driver introductions and things. I guess it was a big points thing or something, but it's good. They're good. Very humble family.
A lot of good people in this sport.
Yeah.
And you string it out over years, you meet a lot of great people.
There are some bad ones. There are some characters, you know,
yes.
Whatever. Uh-oh. Champ loses an entry. Ricky Boggs, 15, dead 5 for the win in the left lane.
I don't know. Was that the entry to claim the
2203.
the bounty? That was? So
Yeah,
Ricky Boggs claims the K&R Performance Engineering bounty that was on Stephen McCrory from his earlier win today.
I'm going to give him a little bit, but technically...
Congratulations. Congratulations to Ricky Boggs for laying one down and being the first guy to beat Champ in 2 days.
The other one is the bounty.
The other one is?
One that seemed like going on the...
Okay, so Ricky Boggs doesn't get it. It's the other entry. Guess it's the other entry.
Oh, check that. Ricky Boggs does not
Oh, psych.
claim the bounty. Ouch. He beat the wrong entry. He beat the wrong guy.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ricky Boggs. Didn't mean to get your hopes up and crew.
Joe did that. Joe Kerner
Yeah,
is his name.
another mistake. Chalk it up.
Yep, Joe's up here and sitting to my right, so come up shooting. Get Joe.
Thank you for shortening up that burnout. Hey, tell that crew thank you for shortening up that burnout. Tell them thank you, Joe.
Now they're doing dry.
Well, why wouldn't you? We saw that work yesterday.
Dry hops in a dragster.
If I ever get to another final, I am going to do a dry hop.
Wow. Very confident of yourself. If I ever. It's when I get to my next final.
Oh, I did say that wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, thank you. Hello.
Oh my. Justin Fordyce had a little trouble getting up to the burn box, but he gets there, cuts a 20 light, 5 times quicker than Quan Spain. Quan Spain could add up all his lights from the weekend and not come up to the 100 light he just laid down.
He's also 11 over, so.
Yeah, 110, 60 foot. Nothing worked right for Quan Spain that run.
Car did not want to win that round. Who's that tiny guy over there on the wall?
Trusted by all since 1960. Jags.
Hey, where is that music coming from? Wow. He is on full tilt today. What did he do? Start drinking after we did this interview? Good for Gary. You know, the main objective of all this is to have fun.
Brandon Jones, left side, 514 dial. Squaring off against Scott Neal. Neal dialed 450, right side, out of Statesville, North Carolina.
Statesville's a prison in Illinois. We got a lot of them. Got one in our hometown, maximum security. Got a lot of my family that are guards there and employed there and retired from there. And somehow I've managed not to participate in that system.
Well, that's good.
It ain't over yet.
Over a half-second head start. That's about half a car, huh? Oh, no. Car and a half. Way they go. Brandon Jones, 19 in the tree, 2 over 5, gets him a 9 thou margin of victory over Scott Neal. 43 in the tree, 1 over 0. No good.
Slate Cummings, right side, brother to Britt. Hi, Britt, if you're watching. Leighton Sumpter, left side, 453 in the left. Holy cow, the turtle is coming back.
He is the polar opposite of Stanley Albritton Jr.
Is he still really backing up? He is. You go, Leighton. Leighton, you do you, buddy. He's still going back. And we're backing.
Well, I think if the other guy did the free thing, he put it in the free.
Get ready, Leighton. Here we come.
You better be ready. Like, chuck it in.
453 left, 444 right.
Wow, he's tired of waiting.
Left lane, Leighton Sumpter. I am ready for the starting line. 15 dead 4 gets the win in the left. Slate, a little tardy after all that. 9 thou under, no good in that entry.
Trip McCarty, right side, 477 dial. Gerald Thompson, left side, 466. This pair looks like they might be a little quicker to stage.
A little quicker to do everything. Burnout, backup, stage. They're probably still on the track down there.
Trip McCarty shows what he can do. 12 on the tree, dead 2. Gerald Thompson breaks it out 2 thou, but really not in the race. Trip McCarty taking 19. He's coming back for round 5.
Fuel Tech Friday 50K no box final to lanes 1 and 2, please.
Mike Gentile taking the advantage off the starting line. He goes 22, dead 6, 28 total. Keith Russell in the left side, 41, dead 0, 13 thou behind for second place. Amy Farrell, left lane, 462 dial. She'll be spotting a little head start to Nick Ferraro, right side, 471.
Fun with flags with Dr. Amy Farrah Fowler and Dr. Sheldon Cooper.
Nick Ferraro with a commanding reaction time lead. 4 on the tree, dead 8, 12 total. Amy Farrow, 20, dead 0. 8 thou behind. Nick Ferraro moving on. John Siegel, right side, 439 dial. McKenna Kitterman, 443 dial. Left lane. Big blower in the left, small blower in the right.
Yeah, I think they broke one of the other cars.
Reaction time advantage in the left lane. McKenna Kitterman goes 15, dead 1, 16 total. John Siegel, 41, dead 4. 29 thou behind. It looks like it might be turning into a reaction time contest as every car is going dead on now.
Think about it. The most runs you could have is what, 24? And if you were doubled, you could have 48 runs in, if you know what I mean. If you want to run it up, you know, some of these people got 20, 30 laps in already by Friday night.
Terry Sinkler, left side, 514. Scott Gibson Jr., 451, right side. Pair of double O's. 005 to Terrell Sinkler, dead 0, 5 total. Scott Gibson goes 9 on the tree, doesn't have a prayer. He does go dead 4, but he's 8 thou behind.
13 total and you're done. That's tough.
It's becoming more fun to watch than participate for myself at this point.
You see where I'm at. My motorhome and trailer is tucked away snug in the bed. Everything's on jack stands, hoods at the body shop, engines are fresh. Just got another fresh bullet dropped off.
Dave Triplett, 459 the dial. Kyle Coltrera, 460 the dial in the FTI Performance FTI on-site dragster. It's the only dragster that Kyle hasn't broken yet this weekend. This week, I should say. We haven't made it to the weekend yet. Advantage going to Kyle Coltrera. He turns it into a win on the double breakout. He's 11th thou under. Dave Triplett, 15th thou under. So we finally have a pair that does not both go dead on after 4 pairs of 2 side-by-side dead on runs. Michael Carpenter, 486 the dial left side. Brandon Taylor, 454 the dial right side.
FTI Performance, 50K, round 5, door car, red, run stickers only to lanes 1 and 2, please.
It's close, down low. Brandon Taylor, 18, dead 5, 23 total. takes the win as Michael Carpenter goes 15, 1 over 1, 3 thou behind. Going to be a close one here all the way down. Jay Adams, 486 dial left side. Larry Hamby, 488 right side. Another close one. 3 thou difference in reaction time. Larry Hamby goes 15, dead 6, 21 total. Jay Adams 12, 1 over 3, 4 thou behind. Four thou, 3 thou and 4 thou. Around 140 miles an hour. We're talking less than a foot.
So that
And then if you
looks
break
like
it down, it's half a wheel on a dragster.
that
on
looks
the
like
front
it's
wheel.
Sean Serra outside of the drag.
It is. This
So
might be
it might
his.
be Allison, the girlfriend.
Thank you.
All
We were
right.
trying to come up with the name. I'm thinking it's her. She laid down.
5 in the left. She's tough.
She's
Man.
quicker than he is, lighter. She was 7 total last round. I think she was
Yeah.
2 dead 5.
She's tough.
Yeah.
Eric Hubbard right side, 443 the dial. He ain't letting up this round.
Oh no, she goes 002 and gets behind 6 thou. She's 14 over after that 002 light for 16 total. Derek Hubbard 9, dead 1, 10 total. Moving on. Ouch. What happened here? Wow, it got cold. No, I don't want to go to the meat locker. Jason Bader, 454 the dial, left lane. Carson Brown, 463 the dial in the right lane. Carson Brown with the better reaction time. He goes 9, 1 over 6. He's 25 total. He gets behind at 35 thou as Jason Bader breaks it out a bunch, 26 thou. Carson Brown moving on. Jono Gerber, left side, 463 the dial. Mark Kelly, 469 the dial, right lane.
Red, white, and blue door cars, Fuel Tech, FTI 50K Friday. Round number 5 to the lane, please.
Another tight matchup, 3 thou apart on the reaction time. Mark Kelly, 19, dead 3, 22 total, 6 thou ahead of Jono Gerber, who was 16, 1 over 2. 6 thou the difference. Again, we're hovering right around that 1 foot mark difference in distance at the finish line at 140 plus. Aaron McCullough, 474 the dial, left lane, facing off against the fastest dial-in of the week right now. Travis Laster Jr. dials up a 404. What do you think? Under or over 404 on this pass?
Over.
I guess that is a safe bet. We haven't seen anything faster.
Although he does hold.
He went 410 with a 0 on his 410 dial a couple rounds ago. Aaron McCullough's in trouble.
Wow, 178.
Oh my lord. Aaron McCullough, 36 on the tree, dead 6th. Travis Laster, 6 on the tree. 2 over with a 9 at 178 miles an hour. He's been around 171.
Yeah, there was
he pushed on the gas extra hard that time. Wow.
That
178.
It raised up about 1,800 RPM there in the middle of the track. Wow. Oh, well. Good for him.
Brianna Costello, left lane now, 471 the dial. Isaac Harris, 455 the dial. Now it seems like 455 is ho-hum after just seeing that pass.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Ridiculous.
404 dialing. I think he could have won it if he wanted, you know.
I thought he pedaled it. I know he didn't.
Brianna is in control. Oh, she gives back 2,000.
Oh boy.
003 and 4 above, let's say 5 above to get behind 2,000 for Brianna. Winner right lane. McKenna Brown 459 in the left, Will Holloman 454 in the right. Silver Fox looking on. Cleve, Daddy Cleve looking on. Mom Anissa. I can't see if she's down there or not. Well, she's down there. Brad says she's down there.
Yeah, after last night's trouble for McKenna, Silver Fox gets the Jegs.com entry turned around and winning rounds again.
Put an oil pump in it in between runs.
Mm-hmm.
That's fast. Puts the smackdown on Will Holloman. 006 and 1 over for the win in the left. Will Holloman 25 in the right and 16 thou under. He was locked out.
CJ Keane, left side, 446. Travis Laster, 430, right side.
Travis Laster, senior, I bet.
I should say it that way, shouldn't I?
Junior just went down.
Junior just went down.
Wearing out his dad's house.
And rotated the earth, yeah. Travis Laster Sr., 007 for the reaction time, dead 8, 15 total. CJ Keane was 14, 5 thou under. Travis Laster Sr. moving on. David Bird Jones in a borrowed dragster. Dials 451, left side. Jeff Burns, 435, right lane. Bird Jones taking this stuff seriously now. He's 7 on the tree, 1 over 4 to be ahead, 9 thou over Burnsy.
Can I say he needs a Blue Beacon sponsorship? Can you say that? What? David Bird Jones needs a blue beacon with a sponsorship.
I don't think that's a wrong thing to say.
Yeah. David, check it out. You better call him. I think he washes cars or something for pressure washers for a living.
Yes, he does.
He just, well, then he's like me, you know, your cars are the worst last ones to get worked on.
That's why,
Not
yeah.
you, though. Your truck's in tip-top shape.
Well, I got a little more time on my hands than most guys.
I think everything I own has a check engine light on. Yeah, or a toggle switch for the blower. Oh. 005, dead on 8 for Steven the Champ McCrory in the right side. Patrick Mueller, left side 14, and 18th out under. He's going to get a lose ticket down there. And so ends round 5 in Dragsters. Round 4, excuse me. Yeah.
Once we've got our center line figured out on our engine and ground height, that's when we start making our motor mounts.
Santa has a new sleigh this year. Trusted by all since 1960. What you want, when you want it, at a price you want to pay.
Jags.
She's melted the switch a couple times. She leaves it on all the time. Then it kills the battery. So she calls me all the time. I've been jump starting that vehicle all over Dixon. She's not a big fan. She's like, I'm just going to go get a new car and give you a bill. I'm like, go pick it out then. I'm going to try and hang in there. Tim Butler, left side, 606 the dial. Kevin Pollard, right side, 549 the dial. This is our no box final. No delay box in these two cars. It's weird not seeing Nick Hastings in this final, but Nick had a wedding tomorrow for a friend in Ohio, and he chose his loyalty to his friend versus going racing for a living. So, miss you, Nick Hastings, Grandma Joanne Hastings. That's ridiculous.
15 thousandths of a second separates them up front. One of them was 015. How about Tim Butler? 000, dead 6, going to the final. Or I'm sorry, he's going into what, round number 5?
6.
Round number 6 of door cars. Kevin Pollard was 015 on the tree. Breaks out 3 thou and still 6 thou behind at the finish line. Tim Butler, 6-pack. And moving on.
Not a good 6-pack.
Into the door cars.
Not like a 6-pack of Budweiser.
With
Right,
customer
today?
service and technical support second to none, FTI Performance Converters and Transmission give you the winning edge. Just ask any of our customers, like 2014 IHRA Top Dragster World Champion Kevin Brannon, or the 2014 IHRA Super Rod World Champion Mike Ruff. We are real racers with real experience. Call us today at toll-free at 866-726-8358, or visit us on the web at www.ftiperformance.com.
AJ Ash, right side, 572, the dial in. Scotty Richardson, 641, the dial in the left. AJ still doubled. Scotty's got just the one bullet. SR1, left-hand side. This would be, I'd like to be a fly on the finish line wall down there and watch this one up close. I guarantee you both of them can go under the dial in the window.
Thirteen thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage, Ash. Win light, Ash. 2, dead 9, 11 total. Locks out Scotty Richardson, who was 015 on the tree, dead 9, good enough for 13, thou behind at the finish line. AJ Ash, moving on.
Door cars, final call for all door cars to round 5, please.
Todd Burks and Tucker Creech, our next pair. Burks got 1 entry left, staying alive with it. Left side dialed in at 643. And Tucker Creech over on the right-hand side dialed in at 594. Four thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Creech. Win light Creech. 018 on the tree. It is a double breakout. Creech under by 4 thousandths of a second. Todd Burks is under by 7 thousandths of a second. Tucker Creech moving on. Mark Talmadge and Jared Nauman going to be our next pair. Talmadge left side dialed in at 602. Nauman right side dialed in at 557.
All run color dragster round 5. Nick Ferraro, you are the DragRaceSolutions.com. Potential wait and see by. All dragsters round number 5 to the lanes, please.
2,000 separate them up front here. Advantage to Nauman and Winlight going to go to Nauman. 24, dead 3, 27 total. Mark Talmadge was 026 on the tree, dead 4, and a few thou behind at the stripe. Jared Nauman moving on.
Josh Canale, left lane, 603, the dial, Maryland. Laster, 571, the dial, the right. Mama, Maryland, on the right side. Wonder if her daughters are watching. They're at college, and they get, like, rocket scientists, both of them or something. See? Smart girls. Yeah, for real.
8 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage, Laster, Winlight, Laster. Another double breakout, double 04, under by 10 thousandths. As Gannett was 012 on the tree, under by 12 thousandths of a second. So Laster, right side, moving on. Carly Holbrook and Skinny Kenny Underwood over on the right-hand side. Holbrook, left side, dialed in at 695. Kenny Underwood, right side, dialed in at 599. Charlie Holbrook is in trouble. Advantage on the starting line, going to go to Underwood. One light, Underwood, 023, dead 4 for 27 total. Locks out Carly Holbrook, who was 048 on the tree, 696 with a 2. On a 695 dial in, good enough for 33 thou behind. Kenny, moving on. Garrett Browning and Ryan Harum. Browning, left side, dialed in at 622. Harum, right side, dialed in at 545.
I wonder what color gray that is. Yeah, yo. Winner left lane, Garrett Browning, 009 and 1 over for the win in the left. Ryan Harem, 24, dead 6, no good in the right. The Opel Manta, right-hand side, David Braskett, 614 in the right. Cameron Fredrickson, 602 in the left. Only one bullet left now. FTI, $50,000 to win tonight through Friday night's race. I haven't heard, so I might be talking out of place, but I do think we're going to race later on tonight yet. We're going to try and finish it, Mr. Brad Miles says. So does that mean we can start at noon tomorrow, Brad? No. Yep, so you got to come back around when we call you. We are trying to run this to completion tonight. We understand you probably got to call the kids and put them in bed at home and things like that yet later on tonight, but... Call Grandma. Oh, it's funny. 12 Dow separates them up front. Winner, right lane, 007 and 2 over for the Opel. Picking up the win, David Braskett in the right. Cameron, 19 and 1 thou under. Took 11. Had to take 10 or less. Dylan Mudd, this is his last hoorah in this truck. It was sold today. 640 the dialing in the right. Garrett Griffith, 620 in the left. The good news is the white lettering on the white truck is going to get rectified. I don't know, is that just me? It just bugged me. I had to tell Randy Lynn today, I'm like, who's the marketing guy there? She's like, I did that. Oh, all right.
3 thousandths of a second, separates them up front. Advantage, Griffith. Win light, Griffith. 22, dead 5, 7 total. He will take the win as Mudd was 0.25 on the tree, breaks out 15 thou, gets there 17 thou. Needed to tighten her up to about 2 or less. Could have got the win light there. Double G moving on. Jay Adams and David Bird Jones going to be our next pair. Adams left side dialed in at 658, and David Bird Jones over on the right hand side, the Pontiac GXP, dialed in at 488. $13 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Adams. Win light Adams. 002, 1 above 9. Going to take the win as Jones was 015 on the tree, 2 above 2, and 16 thou behind. So Jay Adams in the classic Pontiac. Moving on to round number next. This will be our legal buy run for this round of box door cars. As we are waiting for one of our double entries to get back around. So Matt Brewer over on the left-hand side, dialed in at 586.
Austin and I went out and did those interviews today. It was different kind of day, huh, Austin? I said, you and I went out and did those interviews today. It was kind of different. Yeah. Austin says, do 2 minutes or less, and Randy Lynn did about 28 minutes. He likes to talk. Well, we've known each other a long time, so there was a lot to catch up on. 15 and 17 thou under for Matt Brewer on the DragRaceSolutions.com. Buy run.
Next round will be 12.
Then we did Gary and his doggy. So you got to go to race SFG. No, they're not on that one. So they're on our Facebook page, SFG Promotions Facebook page. You can go check out how bad I am at doing interviews. So you have a little ammo against Hank later on, because everybody knows, like, the word's starting to get out now. You don't want to mess up in front of me, because I'm going to let everybody know. I think Jason Folk's afraid to let go of the button anymore because he knows I'm going to call it. He was driving him out of his mind last night going around, so. Nick Folk got a full-time job at home, a legitimate paycheck as a basketball coach for his son. So he could not come down. Brian, they all got, everybody, see, it is Christmas time, you know what I mean? So if you think about it, I really can't believe, you know, that we can get 400 cars down here like this. So Wright Trailers down here in Florida, you wouldn't think it would be a very smooth transaction from being, 1,300 miles away, but I had purchased a trailer this year from Wright Trailers to support the people that support SFG. My two brothers and I bought a 34-foot triple axle extended. Steve Cohen has hauled some cars in his day, so he knew how to equip it to haul a dragster and a door car. And it's a beautiful item. Jessica down in Florida at the office was great with communication. Steve Cohen was awesome on updates of the build date, completion date, and the transaction couldn't have went smoother. Then again, like I said, they even sent a check back because the license plates were cheaper than what they thought. So I got money back in the mail, didn't even know. So Wright Trailer, you know, thank you so much, Michael, Scott, for participating with us. And you do have a good bunch of employees working for you. So here are two doubled. Josh Gannett, left lane 602, still doubled. AJ Ash, right lane 572. Final call for all the dragsters, round 5. Am I wrong on that, Austin? Did Josh lose an entry? Okay. Josh has got 1 bullet, AJ's got 2.
Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Gant. One light Ash 011, dead 8, 19 total. Gant had the better 009 reaction time. Cannot run the number. Goes 604 with a 3 on the 602 dial in. So AJ Ash by 13 thousandths of a second. Going to keep both of his entries alive as he moves into round number next. Round number 5 dragsters. Tripp McCarty and Isaac Harris will be our first pair. McCarty left side dialed in at 474, and Isaac Harris right side dialed in at 456. thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Harris. Win light McCarty. 0-12 on the tree. Dead 2. 14 total. Going to take the win is Isaac Harris. Had the better 007 reaction time. 7, dead 7. 14 total. Add up the numbers. It comes up to .0007 in favor of Trent McCarty. He will take the win. We'll move on to round number next. Leighton Sumpter and Kyle Cotrera going to be our next pair. Sumpter left side dialed in at 453, and Kyle Cotrera right side dialed in at 458. Advantage on the starting line by 13 thousandths of a second. Going to go to Sumpter. Going to take the win as well. 0-15, dead 7. 22 total. Locks out Kyle Cotrera, who is 0-28 on the reaction time. Breaks out, goes 457 with a 1 on a 458 dialed in. Breaks out 9 thou. Gets there 3 thou. Has absolutely nothing to work with down there. Left side winner in that pair. Next pair, McKenna Kitterman and Mike Gentile. Kitterman left side dialed in at 443. Mike Gentile right side dialed in at 498. Kitterman's going to be the winner. It's Mike Gentile turns a 007 red. Kitterman 031 on the green side, 444 with a 1 on a 443 dial in. It's Mike Gentile at insult to injury. Goes down there and goes dead 0 after the 007 red light. Ricky Boggs and Justin Fordyce next pair. Boggs left side dialed in at 484. Justin Fordyce right side dialed in at 470.
We never like to see that. Justin Fordyce getting shut off for some leaky fluid in the right lane. Ricky Boggs in the left. 005 red. 1 thou under. Taking the win. The drag. It's not a DragRaceSolutions.com, Byron, but I'm going to say it because that was a competition break. Thank you, Stanley. So that is our ultimate goal this evening, is to try and run this race to completion. And you can see the crew down there. We're working as hard as we can. Daryl, Josh, Lee, KJ in the staging lanes. We're trying to push the cars through as fast as we can. James, you and I, we can't speed the process up, really. We don't help a whole lot.
No, we can talk about it, though, so.
Well, I can talk.
Now, entire personnel here all weekend have been doing just a fantastic job getting everything cleaned up at a minimal amount of time and all that sort of stuff, so.
James.
What we got?
James, you know it's Friday, right? And it's like 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
And this is the first you bring this up?
This is FTI Friday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
So, James, tell me about the FTI trackside service.
Well, Troy and Gary Williams have put together an FTI on-site business. So any of our torque converters that we sell for the drag racing market, any of our power glides, I believe maybe a couple of Turbo 400s, but not too many of those. It's not really as popular of an item. But